One of our problems with data centers is not just space, but finding enough electrical power
Correct.
to be able to run it. If we don't find some other type of power to be able to run it that is safe and that is healthy and that doesn't infiltrate the lives of the people who live around it,
Right.
we're going to have a situation. But one thing is definitely sure. We are collecting more data than we have space to put it.
No doubt.
And we've got to do something different about it. Several weeks ago, a comment was made about $100,000. $100 million wasn't very much money. Okay, I'm not going to throw you under the bus, but what do you think about that?
Depends on the usage of the $100 million and how you break $100 million down. First and foremost, like I said, if you could put $100 million into a trust right today and save and find ways to offset that $40 million check that you got to write to the government, which is most wealthy people are trying to figure that out and do. And most of them do that through assets that they're acquiring, whether or investing into energy sector, so they can get tax credits and everything else to offset those kind of tax liabilities. If you can figure that piece out and manage just that 40, you survive on the other 60.
Right.
I think having $100 million and understanding what you need to live off of versus what you really need to invest in or keep, that's really the key.
I think an important idea is to leverage the money rather than spend the money.
There it is.
When you leverage the money and borrow against the money is still there, and you get to use the money, and you can't charge income tax on debt.
Yes.
So that's one way of looking at it.
That's probably the right way to look at it.
What's the best deal you ever did?
Best deal I ever did is yet to come, because I think every deal could be a better deal. The best deals that you do are the ones that you close.
Yeah.
Not the ones that you keep. So
Let's reverse it. What's the worst deal you ever did?
the worst deal I ever did, I did not move in a .com era in a timely fashion. And I missed out on an opportunity to be a part of a company that ended up selling for multi-billions of dollars.
And you were sick.
Sick. Extremely sick.
I had an opportunity to be the producer of The Butler, and I turned it down. And then when they made the movie and I saw the cast and I saw how well it did, I couldn't hardly watch the movie. I was like, what were you thinking about?
Yeah.
But I think you can't be afraid to fail. You have to be have the spirit of adventure and be able to do new things and exciting things and get it wrong sometimes.
Yeah. And I have gotten things wrong, really have. And so, but having the fortitude to try and get back up on your feet, even though when things are telling you this can happen again.
Yeah.
You have that evil one on one side, and you have the blessed one on the other side. And the evil one want to remind you the things that did not go so well, and the blessed one saying you can. And so it's those things, trying to quiet that noise and really trying to go back to the fundamentals of analyzing things appropriately.
A few weeks ago, I had the privilege of interviewing Cam Newton.
Right.
And not every athlete finds life beyond the goalposts. In fact, most don't.
Right.
Okay. Most end up broke. Okay. Made a lot of money, spent a lot of money, bought a lot of depreciating assets, go broke. What is it that you all know that they didn't, that you were able to switch and make that income be more long lasting?
I think the ones that you see are very good at communicating and articulating the game itself, and therefore they turn that into a career, and off that becomes offshoots of other things, whether it's commercialization or a number of different relationships that gravitate to the visibility of who that person is. I think then there's Others that venture off into worlds like the real estate
Dancing
world.
with the Stars.
Yeah, like myself that do things like that. Then you have folks that may not have the courage to step out there,
Right.
even though they were great athletes. But they stepping into the unknown could be terrifying.
Yeah.
And may not have the confidence of being able to ask the right questions or feel like they belong in certain rooms. And I think that's one of those are things that can hold us back as well.
Were you scared when you went on Dancing with the Stars?
I wasn't scared, but I was nervous.
Yeah.
I was nervous, and I was nervous because I was so busy thinking about what are people going to say about me? I mean, what if I look crazy up here trying to dance? Even though I think I got some rhythm and I got some groove and everything else, but what are people going to say? And so when I did my very first cha-cha, and the people were excited about seeing me dance, and I was like, okay, maybe I could do this.
Yeah.
Then week 2, I came back and did a quick step.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where you're in hold and pose.
Yeah.
And I had to learn these things, body posture and everything else. And moving around and gliding on the floor felt good.
Okay.
I felt like Fred Astaire for some reason. I just felt like I'm doing something that I've never done before, and it doesn't look bad.
Right.
And from that point on, I went to the tango. And then the tango, I scored 18, and my friend Jerry Springer scored a 21. I was mad. That's when the competitive side of me came out.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I can't be focusing on real estate and dancing for 4 hours. I got to put in 8 hours now because I'm not going to get beat by this guy ever again.
Right.
So that competitive part came out. And when that came out, I had to talk to my partner about breaking these dance routines down into 30-second intervals. And just like I did a football practice, so I can learn it quickly. And once I started learning it quickly and it wasn't in my head and I knew what to do, it was in my body.
Yeah.
And I was just moving around and I was having fun. That's when it became really, really fun.
One of the things that's really fascinating about talking to you now is that you're a bit of a polymath. You like learning new and very different things. I think that has a lot to do with the diversity of things. I mean, everything from real estate to construction to concrete to Dancing with the Stars. I mean, the very few people have that many different things on their resume. Is there a common thread between all those different things, or are they all unique unto themselves?
I think surely there is a common thread. When I talk about Dance with the Stars and how I was able to take football, practice and break down the routine into 30-second intervals, that's how we did football. Because once you bring it all together, the whole minute routine becomes like a team period in football. And the 30-second intervals become almost like individual periods, whether it's individual with my running back group or one-on-one drill with the running backs and the wide receivers and the linebackers and the cornerbacks, or if it's like a 7-on-7 period, offense versus 7-on-7 defense, and you running plays and everything else. It's like repetition. That's how I saw Dance with the Stars. The work was fundamental, the basics. It doesn't take a whole lot to put effort into something.
No.
So that work became basic for me. And when it comes down to business or learning something new, it's like learning it. What is it that I need to know?
Yeah.
What is it that I need to learn? What's the business aspect of this? What's the business processes behind this? Can I learn these things? Yes, you can. And then what's the commonality? Performance, consistency.
Okay.
Making money.
Okay.
To be the last one. So if I perform if I'm consistent and I perform at a level that should yield some type of return.
Which I would add another one and say discipline.
Discipline is the fundamental of all of it.
Yeah, right.
Because if you're disciplined in this area and not disciplined over there, you're not disciplined at all.
Right.
But as a man once said, the way you do something is the way that you do everything.
Right.